And we're patched, dude.
Right.
All right, so this is just a fun little video here.
Yes, a fun little video.
This isn't a full episode.
No.
It's a crossover episode,
It
though,
is.
because you have a podcast and this is a podcast, kind of. But anyway, this is for Substack. So this is specifically for our
Substack subscribers, who we're very grateful for.
Absolutely.
We wanted to talk about some tea blends, which, duh, we're here for plant medicine. But I made Diana, I was thinking about bringing her, I offer some staple blends. I love making custom blends. They're probably my favorite thing to make, but I have a few staple blends, and I was like, I just felt like it was impersonal. I was like, I can make her something customized that no one else has.
Okay, before you start with the blend, though, cut you off, but you'll hear why in a minute, because I'm about to tell you this sticker. Okay, it's a lion. And guess what I am?
You're a Leo.
I'm a double Leo.
Me too.
Stop it!
Yeah, I'm a Leo sun and a Leo rising.
So am I!
Yeah, and I have a Scorpio moon.
Wow, I'm a Taurus moon.
Yeah, I love Tauruses. That's probably why I love. That makes so much sense.
So I was like, wow, you said you did a special blend and there's a lion on here.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
yeah.
and the sun.
I don't not know you were a Leo. Did I know that?
No. People usually don't assume that I'm a Leo for some reason.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I could see it, because who else would podcasting? Like, who else wants to talk to people but Leos? You know what I mean? Like, this is what we do.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Yeah, Leo. I'm a Leo sun and rising, but a Scorpio moon, which most people, when I tell them that, they're like, oh, because it is like a really odd, like. You know, it's like literally night and day, no pun intended.
Right.
Like, you know, but it gives me great balance. So that's probably why that's one of my staple principles is, you know, whatever I do is to make sure I can bring harmony and balance to people's lives. So
that's a lovely thing to say and do.
That's like the bulk of, I feel like that's the bulk of my work. Like any form of healing at all, especially with plant medicine, is you're trying to bring like homeostasis to the body, right? Or the mind or your spirit, whatever it might be. And herbs just get the job done. I don't know, you know,
I feel like not enough people understand homeostasis and also the role that plants and herbs play in that.
Well, usually when I say homeostasis, they're like, I had someone, I kid you not, I had someone ask me on Snapchat, they're like, is that a sexual preference? I said, no, this is like
maybe, I don't know.
I have a degree in biology, but I'm like, I learned this in like high school biology. I thought like some of you would remember some of this, but no.
No, the amount of blank stares I get when I tell people homeostasis, they're like, huh?
No, they have never. I'm like, what are they teaching you guys?
Maybe that's why we're so we're so conditioned as a society not to go to the herbs and plants, because we aren't being taught in school how these plants can work to help our bodies be at peace internally.
It's so funny. I'm gonna give this really quick anecdote, I promise. When I was in college, and I was in chemistry, and I remember we were talking about pharmaceuticals, like we were getting into this topic, and I said, I'm really confused, because as I'm reading through this book I have, it's showing what the natural plant derivative is for so many of these different compounds that they're using. And I'm like, so why don't we just use the plant? Like, I literally raised my hand. I said, this might be a stupid question, but why don't we just use the actual plant? And they all just looked at me and they were like, well, then we wouldn't have pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, I was like,
oh, that would be so horrendous, right? We would just probably wipe a couple billion off the market cap or something. I was like, it's almost ridiculous to me to initially go towards, we're conditioned, like you said, but to go towards pharmaceutical drugs when they're derived from plant
And some
medicines.
people will argue, oh, well, you just pop a pill. It's easier than doing all this stuff. But let me tell you something. I don't even like the term or that saying plants over pills, because a lot of times I take my plants in pill form.
Right, yeah.
It can be that easy.
Yeah, it can be. Like, for some people, I really do feel like it's like a neural programming thing. Like, I have to have a pill because this is what us humans take. This is what we... And I'm like, okay, that's fine. We can do that for you. Tinctures, people love tinctures. I feel like that's becoming more digestible for people. Listen, any way to get them towards the plants, I'm all for it. It doesn't matter.
But your tea doesn't even have to be all hot tea, right? Because I'm sure all of your blends.
I make some all of my blends taste incredible, iced or hot. So in the summer.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah, I'm big on taste sometimes, but again, like I said, I'll drink anything if it's, if it has a good benefit, I will drink it. This blend, for example, delicious iced. It's amazing. I tried it myself. So I'm speaking from I steeped it, I let it sit, I iced it, I added a little agave. Incredible. It was so funny because Javi's like, it looks like a good fruit punch almost. So I was like, yeah, it's got that like nice, that deep red from the hibiscus. It was delicious. You'll love it. So
I'm so excited.
Either way, but
so let's talk about it. What's in there?
We made I made Diana this blend, and I named it Princess Diana. Okay. And this is going to be a blend of, and I wrote it here for you so you can have it. I will send you the PDF for it too. I'll make you a PDF. This is hibiscus. We have rose. There's blue lotus in here. We have lemongrass, lemon balm, calendula. I think I already said rose, and star anise is in here, which
nice.
Yes, star anise is like that's one of my favorite ones.
So you say calendula. See, I used to say calendula, and then I started hearing people say calendula, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
I say calendula. It just
I'm going back to that.
It just sounds
calendula. When you say that, people are like, "What are you talking about?" At least I am.
I used to say calendula, and it sounds too much like a body part for some people. I feel like it does. It just seems like people look at you like, "What is that?" But if I say calendula, they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." So, I just say calendula, but. This is going to be a great blend. I actually did it more from like a spiritual perspective, but keeping in mind how you mentioned your mention of like blood pressure, digestion. So I was like, all right, we'll hit all of these. So it's actually one of the few blends I made that it's medicinal and spiritual purposes served from like literally head to toe.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's all like it'll touch on all the chakras, like crown, third eye, especially the heart space. Sacral, because hibiscus does have a sacral. It's good for creative energy. I probably should have mentioned that prior. But
nice.
If you're creative like us, Leos, hibiscus is great for Leos because we have fiery energy, and it's a coolant, so it removes excess heat from the body, like spiritually and physically. So it helps us keep a calm head, so we don't turn into lions. That's what it's good for. But this blend will serve a similar purpose. I will tell you, it's better at nighttime because of the blue lotus. Unless you're someone that you like I have some people that are midday blue lotus herb smokers or something, and they can hang. But even for me, blue lotus, it'll usually knock me out. It's a sleepy time herb for me, but. You can also, as you're going through, because I gave you tea bags too, you can just pull, the blue lotus out and not use it and have it as a daytime tea instead. But
that's so crazy. This. I brought you blue lotus and you brought me blue lotus.
Yeah, and she gave me blue lotus when I got, which is incredible. It smells great. Do you know this person?
They've been Minnesota Nice Botanicals. Yeah, he actually did a Blue Lotus episode for us.
It smells delicious. Sometimes you will get Blue Lotus. This is why I tell people I'm not a huge fan of ordering it off of like Amazon or places like that because it'll have no scent. Like it comes and I've had people say, wow, it smells so good. Like when they get the ones that I send them, if they order it individually. And I'm like, well, what does it smell like normally? I had someone mail me their Amazon. It smelled like nothing, like just an object. It was weird. It had no scent.
I saw on Reddit some people saying that they ordered it not necessarily from Amazon, but online, and it wasn't the right
type of
there's flower. Like I don't want to say strain because that's not the
right species.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were saying that it was a lot of them are mislabeling.
They are.
The blue lotus.
They are indeed. That's why when I smelled this, I said, "Okay, real blue lotus. This is great. This is why I only source my herbs from one apothecary too, for that reason, because I just know she has integrity. And she's also got a Leo placement, so it's something with Leos. We know it's gonna. We know the job will get done.
So this is normally what you would do for a tea blend.
This is how I would do, like a custom tea blend, really. I'm going to be honest, this, to me, like as I'm looking at the ingredients too, it's almost like a combination of a portion of my astral tea blend and the well blend I make, which is like a wellness supplement. It's almost like taking a vitamin every day. So this will have the same effect because all of these herbs are high in vitamin C, especially hibiscus. Really high in vitamin C, and they're all good for removing oxidative stress from your body. So it'll just promote overall like healing head to toe.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You can also, if you really want, if you wanted to take like a tablespoon or two, you can steep this and take a bath in it too.
I was just going to ask you that.
You can take a bath, yeah. Any of my teas can be used as teas or baths.
Wow.
So either or. So but baths, if I have them designated as baths, they're only baths because I probably added salt or something to them too. So,
yeah. I see.
But this, you can have your fun with it.
Because I've been like thinking about doing some bath mixtures.
Add Epsom salt because it'll pull out any, like energetically and physically, any toxins, and it pushes out any excess.
What about hair?
Yeah.
Because I make a hair tea.
Oh, okay. So hair is really, it's funny because I make our shampoo, like I use like African black soap and different
the
herbs.
calendula, I think, or calendula.
Hibiscus is actually really good for hair follicles.
Is it? Yeah. Roses, I know that.
Roses.
I'm not sure about lemon balm yet.
Lemon balm is good for everything.
Lemongrass is good for it too.
Calendula also is really good for scalp health because it's really good for skin health, etc. So you could very well use this for, because I'm even just looking at it, I'm like, yeah, in our shampoo, I use hibiscus. I mean, I make a tea blend and then I add this, of course, to like I take the African black soap and I add hot water.
Really?
Yeah, we make it, yeah. Lemongrass, I swear. The only thing missing I would add would be like rosemary.
I was just going to say, I also grow rosemary.
Fenugreek.
That's usually what I make mine with, is rosemary. It depends on what I have on hand. Lavender, sage. Those are my usual.
Great. Like
really,
rosemary and fenugreek together. Have you ever heard of
mint? Mint is really good.
Mint is really good too. Yes, absolutely, because it again is going to help with like any antimicrobial purposes. But if you make it with hibiscus, it's actually kind of. That's the one time I would say hibiscus and mint are good together is for a hair tea. Yeah, like a hair tea. Have you ever heard of Dittany of Crete?
No.
The herb Dittany of Crete. That's it's from the oregano family. It's actually sourced from like the Greek Isle of Crete. I should have brought some, but it's really hard to get, and my apothecary only has it like sometimes. It's a really like rare herb, but it is incredible for everything, like topically, like from your skin, your hair. I love it. Like I put it in our last batch of shampoo. And it's like the prettiest oregano you will ever see. I have to send you a picture. It is on one of my socials. It looks like a purple and green. It's like an iridescent oregano. It's like so pretty. It's one of the prettiest herbs I've probably ever seen. And it smells like heavenly oregano. But
so how can people buy these from you?
On my website. You can visit TatianaTheSunGoddess.com. I have an astral tea blend, a wellness blend. I have a smoke simulator blend for.
Oh, you were telling me about that. That's right.
That's one of the best sellers. Honestly, that and the astral blend. Like people love it. I also have a blend called Still and Chill, which is like I call it my weighted blanket in a teacup, pretty much. So if you're someone that has like panic disorders, anxiety, nerve issues, it's like heavy in nervine herbs, so people love it. It like shocks your body back into the right state almost. So
nice.
TatianaTheSunGoddess.com. You can also email support at TatianaTheSunGoddess.com for any custom blends. If you want to like quickly shoot me a message and we can get on a quick call or something and I can see what is going to be the best blend based on the issues or ailments you're having, and we go from there. But that is how you would be able to obtain any of these herbs from my website. You just head on there to products, and that's it.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for having me. This was wonderful.